we didn't have that issue before.
Yeah.
Whoa, look.
Look, I know.
But you didn't.
Whoa,
Look.
I know.
So we have like the whole first half is complete silence.
Yep.
And see us giggling and laughing.
So,
All right.
well, at least nobody like saw it then.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. I'll put a disclaimer when that goes back.
Start at this time.
So I'm gonna.
World's first.
Okay, so now I have to sound cheesy for like 2 seconds. So thanks for coming back. Good old commercial breaks. I'm gonna get new commercials. You guys like my anchor commercials are cool, but I got new commercials coming. I promise you. So we're still on this whole list of video games being turned into movies. DOA. Did you see it? Did you like
I
it?
see it. I saw it, but some of them was.
It's exactly what I expected it to be.
But it had that good cheesy
I was
portion
cool
to
with
it.
it. Yeah.
I like DOA.
When you turn fighting games into movies,
There's only so much you can do.
yeah.
Yeah, you
Like, cause I know if you going down that list, then I know where you going with this.
You know what? Okay, you
Yeah.
know where I'm going with this. Are you sure?
I'm
I
on.
hope she didn't say the one I really hate. I hope she didn't say it.
Cause like, okay, what else I got in here? No, I'm a bounce around. So I know it's gonna be one you really hate. So I'm gonna say it. Pokemon.
Which one? Detective Pikachu?
I haven't watched that one yet. by the way.
Neither have I. So
I have.
Well, what did you think?
What did you think? 'Cause
I mean, for what it was decent. The story's kind of weird.
Well, here's the thing, and that's what I be telling people. Like, first of all, that's the whole thing. Like, the Detective Pikachu is like a series of video games.
Yes.
That's the thing that people didn't know. People are like, what is this trash? And I'm like, but it's actually a game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you say Pokemon, are we talking about like the animated movie?
Yep.
Oh, they're fucking amazing. There is no.
We're not talking. No,
Yeah,
see,
we talking about.
I thought you were
We
talking
talking
about
about a
action, not
movie
the
that literally
animated.
made
No.
everybody cry.
Look, I have to throw something. I have to throw some things in there. Like
That
so,
first
I had to.
Pokemon movie.
I had to give y'all.
Man, I was in tears. I was bloody.
Ash said,
Oh.
you see Ash said, bump the Pokemon. we about to throw these hands.
Oh, and shout out to Ash for finally becoming a
Oh,
champion.
finally.
How
Oh,
long
shout
has it
out.
taken?
22 years. 22 years of
he
being
was-
10 years old.
You know, it was practicing, man. He had to get it right.
But then
You know, the ball jiggles a little bit. They all kept popping back out.
his
Couldn't do
animation
nothing
style
about
is
it.
crappy.
Yes, it is.
So
It
terribly
really sucks.
crappy.
Really sucks.
Pokemon look good. The fights are amazing. The fight was good. I watched that.
Did you guys see Tron?
Legacy?
Yes.
Original or Legacy?
Both.
I didn't see the original.
I seen them both.
I saw Legacy. I like Legacy what it was, but I mean,
Tron-
I expected it to be that way. So
The reason that Tron is good as a movie versus a video game, because like when did Tron come out?
the 80s,
The video game, not even the movie.
the 80s.
Exactly. So that is actually an improvement.
Because wasn't the original video game just the
The
motorcycle
original,
version?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's it.
it was perfect.
Yeah, it was
You
good.
could the whole world. Plus Daft Punk is in Legacy, which is amazing. You know,
Mhm.
can't deny them that.
No.
But anyway,
They're all sorts of dope. Anyway,
I'm cool with it. Yeah.
Robots, love them.
play with your emotions. Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, there's so much because I love the movie.
Yeah.
There were parts of it that upset me, like the one with the part with Captain America. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Evil X number 2.
And he just
because he like everything was cool about it, except that like certain fight scenes didn't go the way it was supposed to. Blah, blah. But that's okay.
Yeah.
But I'm cool with that. That's a good movie.
I like
Scott
it.
Pilgrim vs. the World is amazing. Like you just
I was watching it today, so.
and
It's fun for me.
Listen,
Comic book video games.
about to get 2 clicks.
it's good.
First one's me hanging up the phone. Second one's me
He
pulling
was
the
super
trigger.
cheesy.
But
He was
I
supposed
loved
to be.
him. He was exactly what he was supposed to
He's
be.
supposed to be.
But I know you noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice? Everyone in Scott Pilgrim is the damn superhero.
Yeah.
No, like actually, like you got Captain America. You got
Yeah.
what was he? Ant-Man or
Yeah,
Ant-Man
you
on
had-
from
you had-
Legends.
Okay, so you had
Yeah.
you had
Mhm.
what's his name? The vegan dude. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was
Captain Marvel.
He's actually Superman too. He's actually Superman
I know
too. That's the
Is
part.
he?
He's
Yeah.
Superman in Superman Returns.
Yes, he is.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yes. The vegan guy. Then you had Captain America.
Yeah.
Then you have Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is in there? Did I get them all?
No, I think it's wrong.
I think I got.
Is that all?
Was Captain America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For big names.
Yeah.
Big names. I seriously doubt you guys have seen this. I'm gonna be shocked if you have. Prince of Persia.
Yes,
I seen it.
I did. It was okay. You
Had that beautiful man in the movie.
Well, yeah, but
Beautiful man.
We based it off of the video game.
That's
Based
alright,
off what he
video
looks
game.
like,
To
you know.
me, the Prince of Persia, because the video games took like a weird turn.
They
kinda,
did.
They kind of started to suck to me with the movie. I'll never get with it.
Yeah, the movie was
Plus
better.
anything with time being controlled is awesome to me. Hey, look.
I know what's coming. Say it.
What?
Say it.
What? I was gonna say my favorite movie
Is
is Clockstopper.
right. That's what I said. Come on, to say it.
Oh, that's my movie. Like, yeah.
Clockstoppers?
Clockstoppers,
Wow.
yes.
Take me back to my childhood.
That movie is amazing. I wish I still had my DVD. He's talking about.
You do know even pirates sitting next to you, though.
Probably good. Not that we do that.
The
Ever.
what?
Like ever. So I'm gonna say these both at the same time. Why? Because you don't like either one of them. I'm about to piss you all the way off. So not only did I enjoy Assassin's Creed, I also loved World of Warcraft.
No! Oh, no.
Keep beating.
Just no.
But wait. Assassin's Creed was dope.
He didn't like it.
I didn't like it at all.
Assassin's Creed, I'm pissed off
This
that they
man
still
has no
haven't made a
taste.
sequel yet.
So I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who actually kind of deals with them people, and they asked that in a meeting one time, and they was like, "Yeah, we don't think we're gonna touch it again."
It
Plus,
didn't make enough for them.
Michael K. Williams is in it, so that's enough for me. Like, I'm a fan.
Wait, you can mention a beautiful man, but I can't.
I didn't say he was a beautiful man. I just said I
You
like
did
him.
that? You did.
I didn't say he was a beautiful man. I just said I like Michael K. Williams.
That's a beautiful man.
Like,
Beautiful man.
oh, you're saying that Michael K. Williams is a beautiful man. Oh, I just like him.
Wow. How far over the head did you go?
It went way.
It went
over.
way up and over.
This beanie keeps most of my thoughts in.
I didn't.
You sure about that?
So did you like Warcraft?
I
You didn't see it?
watch it and I didn't care for it. So I don't even care for the game. So like I can't. I just can't do it.
Oh my gosh! Here we go with this thing.
Are you a Warcraft player?
I'm a Warcraft vanilla player.
Yeah, I'm in that vanilla
You said
east.
vanilla.
I'm in that vanilla
Yes,
east
vanilla.
myself.
I ain't getting that World of Warcraft. That just got too complicated for me. I just gave up.
If
Don't
people were
judge me.
selling their characters, that was just.
People were selling their souls for that dang game.
Like I know people that work with me was playing Warcraft in their office. They don't work there no more. So I don't.
Yeah,
Obviously.
Yeah.
like it's alright, Takashi. So look, we're gonna.
That man playing Gallagher.
We
I
ain't
would
doing
notice.
this. I done talked enough about Tekashi 69 yesterday. I'm good.
Okay, so we're gonna transition from that to Cannon Busters. Did you like it? Did you not? Did you not like it? Did you like? Where is it going?
I'm just waiting for season 2.
Yeah, that's it. It was so strange, especially when I found out what the background was. You know, when the animators, what's his name? I just forgot his name. What was that quick?
I watched it yesterday.
That's what Google's for.
Hang on, yeah.
Lyndon Johnson, something like that.
Because
Because it's on Enter the Anime, and I just watched that.
Take a break while they're searching. Be right back. What is his name?
it's LaShawn Thomas.
That's it.
LaShawn Thomas, and he was also, if I'm saying this right, are we back on?
And yeah, we're back. So he's
Okay.
what?
Okay, so it's LaShawn Thomas.
Uh-huh.
Going back to that. LaShawn Thomas, and if I'm not mistaken, he was also one of the animators of the Boondocks. I might be. And, you know, you don't have a lot of people, black people, you know, doing anime. So that's already a plus for me. You know, it lets people know, like, yeah, we're out here.
Yeah.
So,
Right. When I find out who's black every day.
And, you know, even looking at the preview, I was like, oh, this got black people written all over it for some reason. I can feel it.
You can.
And then, you know, the questionable intro where everybody, is that Rihanna?
It's Rihanna. I don't care what anyone says. It's Rihanna. I'm staking my Bitcoin on it. It's Rihanna.
But so, you know, that thing was just filled with soul. But now, if we're talking story and stuff, yeah that's very interesting. The
story, like the way they have it set up. How do you think like season 2 would do?
That's just crazy because I feel like he's gone, right? Like he's still kidnapped or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
okay,
so
like
we gotta figure out. You know, we gotta figure out where he's gonna be. Like I feel like what's her name? What's the car? Bessie. I feel like Bessie gonna get some new transformations.
She don't need a new transformation now.
What with the
She only has one, and it's
It's
terrible.
a raging bull. What do you mean?
She need more.
Who doesn't want a giant bull robot? Honestly.
I'm just saying. I was expecting more.
All right.
Like I need them to put like 50 cents in there and see what happens.
It's $1.
It's $1 to start now.
Excuse me, it's $1.
It's
I'm
$1
even
to
put
play.
$1.50 in there. See how it goes. But no, I feel like what's her name? Sam is going to get her, you know, develop or understand her cannon buster mode a little bit more.
Each segment is dope.
Yeah.
That she breaks
and
down
I was telling Janae here that Nikki G for Anchor listeners that they mentioned she was a cannon buster in the first episode.
And I meant to pull that up. I don't even know how I missed that.
Yeah, when she first transformed in the bar meeting some of the kid.
Yeah, like I totally missed like that part. I had to go back and watch it. I was like, but then I think I was like doing hair and yelling at people and cooking and so.
But I think it's gonna be great. Like season 2 is gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be just as good.
Well, I would appreciate a quick turnover. So like Netflix people, get on it.
If you're not on it, get on it now.
Get on it. But
now.
You know what? If there is a break and they're taking a break, it could be because he might be helping Aaron because you know they're bringing back Boondocks.
Yes, they are bringing back the Boondocks.
So it might be a good little piece in the middle.
Builder refused.
And then he's still in Tokyo?
First off, I know this right here. Probably. If they bring back Boondocks and they power us with the intro, there's gonna be some problems.
Well, let me say something.
I'm sorry. Okay, so it's for you can't have the visual, but we have some people in the background who love the new Power intro, and some people can't stand the new Power intro.
I like the new Power intro. I know some people don't. So
I think Trey Songz is kind of dope. You know?
Like I said, I like the new intro. It's just like a remix. Like it's not like this. What season is Power in?
37, I think.
Yeah.
It's the last.
The point is, for every other season,
or 7 or 5.
It's been Joe.
6. It has been Joe, and it hasn't skipped a beat. It hasn't done anything. So you know.
So then you hear that extra.
Now you hear the extra. Sultry.
Well, no, you hear the extra. Your side.
I think I'm the only one in the room that doesn't watch Power. So
yeah. Well, I don't either. I only watched a couple.
I fell off after like season 3 1/4. So
I fell off.
I just know what happened.
30 seconds of season 1.
Well, that was pretty good. The first 30 seconds of season 1.
Yeah, it was kind of
like that was the part where he goes into the.
It was good.
It was good. Yeah, I was cool with that.
You let that go?
I'm not gonna watch it. No. I got better things to do with my time.
Oh.
That's not nice. Oh. That's not nice. Oh my god.
Yep. That was painful. Okay. I'm gonna move on because like, I think chairs are gonna start being thrown this way.
If y'all see me duck.
Yep.
So, discovered the other day that UA doesn't really know or understand Doctor Who and likes to compare it to odd things.
I don't understand.
I got better things to do right now than to be watching Doctor Who.
You know what it is about Doctor Who that is, it's British accents, man.
Those things are beautiful.
I'll be
Hey,
so
all right,
bored.
what the
You know how I feel about, like, Doctor Who seems very, it's monotone, isn't it?
No.
No, it's not.
Now, I will tell you this. It will depend on the doctor for you. I can't say that much.
That's the other thing. See, I would love to get a better understanding of Doctor Who. Don't get me wrong. I see them go into a telephone booth.
It's not a
TARDIS.
telephone booth.
It's a spaceship, which
See?
is called the TARDIS,
See,
and it's bigger on the inside.
y'all just gonna beat me up.
Yep.
I'm just gonna shut up. I'm just gonna shut up about Doctor Who. The point is,
What
And
was
it's
he
not
giving
even
understanding?
It's call box. Come
who
on.
is Doctor Who?
He's a 937-year-old time lord from planet Gallifrey.
Time being the key word.
Yes,
So
he's a Time Lord.
Time
Yes,
Lord.
so you get to time travel, and the thing about the show is everything that you watch in order isn't technically in order.
Mm-hmm.
So they do nice little how you call it, like Easter eggs or whatever. Like you can have one episode here, and it's like, oh, this is
Okay.
sad, but you go like 5 episodes down a different season, and it connects like to the first one.
Okay, this is what I want you to do. Do me a favor. Run me through a typical episode of Doctor Who.
You hop in the TARDIS.
It takes you where you need to go.
Yeah, you may say you want to go to like 1957 France, and you will end up in like year 2034 Spain.
Okay, and then what happens?
Then you figure out what the problem is, and you help the people.
So, by me comparing it to Legends of Tomorrow, both of y'all need to hush. Me comparing it to Legends of Tomorrow and saying that they go to a certain part in time and fix whatever's wrong with time.
But Legends of Tomorrow goes on purpose
And they fix stuff
he-
on this planet.
to keep it within that timeline so nothing screws up that we know of now from changing it from the past, whereas Doctor Who fixes things that need to be put in order. And it may not even mess with the time stream at all.
Because time isn't in Legends of Tomorrow, time's a straight line. In Doctor Who, it's not a straight
It's
line.
not.
a
It's
bunch of
wibbly wobbly.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey noodles.
Yes.
So we really just taking like one piece of it. So we're basically what's that math thing where the lines going like this and the other one's going straight. So y'all or sound waving me. That's
Yeah.
what y'all.
Yeah.
Basically, in Doctor Who, time looks like this.
Mm-hmm.
It looks exactly like that.
We
But
edit-
he still goes and fixes whatever in whatever time.
On planet or galaxy or universe, it's not just here.
So the Legends of Tomorrow reference wasn't that far off. That's what my point. That's my point. Y'all killing me. Golly. Anyway, I'm sorry.
I feel like going upstairs and getting a fez and a bow tie.
That would be smashing. You really
Oh.
should do that.
Bow ties are cool.
Don't start talking in them accents. You know what happens. I done watched enough Game of Thrones. Stop digging in your head.
Really? You're gonna?
Sorry.
Oh my gosh. So, this first one has been absolutely fun. I guess we'll shoot for some of these some more. So for my anchor viewers, this is the end of this episode with Team SBF. We will definitely be back with some other items. Sometime, maybe by then you will get a proper concept of Doctor Who. Maybe we can get an episode or 2 in there. And we're not going to start him with the new Doctor that just started. What's his
what
name?
happened to her? Because I can't find nothing.
But
It's
they
making
wrote
me
out.
angry.
Anchor will be back.
To be continued.
Thanks for listening. So, for my Twitch viewers, I'm not stopping. We're actually switching out co-hosts, and we have a whole new topic that's happening. They're over there chilling. I don't know what we're going to talk about when I get themselves together because we're waiting for Chocolate Storm 930 and One of the Greats 22. Come on, get over here. I don't have any wine or anything to entertain them with, but I think they're looking at power snippets.
Or watching Power together.
That's exactly what
Y'all watching Power?
Hook, line, and sinker.
What is happening?
They are over there watching Power. I can't
Yes,
believe
they
it.
are.
He busy in his show. Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Oh, I bet I know how to get his attention.
Y'all
Look, I know how to get his attention. Whoa, whoa. They say this is a big
guys.
rich town.
Don't do it to me.
We got a lot of fire first.
Oh gosh.
That's hilarious.
Oh. And they're messing with that. Is she asleep? Is Chocolate Storm?
No, she over there digging in her head.
I mean, she on her way to sleep. Yes, honey.
Oh, no, that voice is, yeah.
Oh.
Got him, coach.
Oh.
Fuck.
Oh, all right.
Sorry, had to go.
If he didn't slap it, I was about to catch it.
Like, oh, y'all was on it.
Yeah. I want to see that in stream now.
We're
I want to watch it happen.
gonna
Where is it? He's like,
snap that out. I'm gonna pull this chair. I'm gonna
get the dead. I'm gonna get the dead moth off the thing. Stop messing with my camera.
Whoa.
what are you messing with Satan, man? We gotta...
That's perfect.
It was perfect.
It's
Okay.
perfect.
Oh, we can't be on the couch.
Ma'am,
No chairs over there.
we have chairs. Y'all just want a couch. We have a good. Y'all seeing set changes over here?
Yep.
You need smell over there? Talking to the little person living in the chair.
Yeah.
No offense.
I'll
I'll
take
send
it.
it
It's
in.
alright though.
It's
not my good side.
But it's sit over there. I don't care.
But the lighting is better. I'm just.
You about to get hurt.
I'm good. I am.
We not being recorded, are we?
Yes.
This is a live stream.
Like
We
before.
not
Looking all-
with the camera.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, y'all.
Looking all- Right.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, so while they try to get themselves together, because I don't know what's happening. I guess
Oh Lord, I know where he going.
they
He
gonna
play too much.
they gonna beat their faces and everything. This makes no sense. So while we're waiting for them, I gotta change my title too. Talk to me. So I do plan on getting all at the same time the Watch Dogs Legions. I'm gonna tell you how that's gonna be done off air.
Legions?
What'd I say?
Just no S. You just take it.
Oh, you had me confused. I was like, did I?
I'm like, how many legions are there?
There's a lot of them.
I'm confused.
Oh, see, it's here.
Oh, did
Oh,
you?
yeah, I saw a picture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's clean now.
Yeah, how many on non-fair? Next one I get on my back is gonna be a big ass Jolly Roger. It's gonna
Goodness. Well, I got a card
You
for
gonna
you in
get
the
what?
car.
hurt. A Jolly Roger?
Like the boat.
No. Oh my goodness.
Guess that's
I
my-
watch a lot
I
of
feel
One
dizzy.
Piece.
Right.
Yeah, I watch a lot of One Piece, so I was stuck. Like, wait a minute,
You watch a lot of One Piece and you don't know what the okay, never mind.
Well, no, it's a boat.
It's a boat.
No, Jolly Rogers are not the boats. The Jolly Rogers are the symbols on the flags.
Oh, you know what? You're right. You're right. He is right about that. That's the one you get?
That's what I'm getting.
That's
It's-
pretty dope.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
Well, no, I don't think that's gonna hurt.
On my back.
That might hurt a little
Like
bit.
that.
Like how big?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to see.
I got a card for you. I need to get the cards. They're in the car, but I'll remember to get you a card.
Because the guy I want to go to, I can never get in touch with him and effing broke.
Yeah, the person you need to.
You see my girl. She did mine and that one.
Okay.
She's really good.
Where's she at?
She's
Wake Forest Road.
like I have her new cards. They're
Oh,
just
tattoo therapy. I'm here.
I've been trying to find that freaking place. Actually, I know where it's at. I drive past it every weekend. I just never go.
Yeah. Where all like new stuff is that I didn't know existed.
Yeah, they've been.
Down there by the
No, we're not. No.
Yes.
No, not
Yes, we're here
So
for
am
it.
I setting him up
I'm
for
here
this
for
topic? Come
I'm
on.
here for it.
Hi, new viewers. Welcome. Welcome.
Oh, what topic are we setting him up for? Because that's gonna be funny.
I'm gonna need you not to look at me like my grandmama and them. I just need you to put the glasses down, baby.
Hey, one bodies for a
Baby.
quick second.
Get to. La, la, la.
Oh, I can't
Now,
breathe.
baby, I done told you. I done told you. You stay out of my kitchen now. You stay out of there. I done told
Are you not?
Oh my goodness.
Let me see. Is he good? You look very good in frame. We're gonna put that out there.
We still waiting for one more.
Yes, we are. And then when she comes out, do a whole. This is a lot, man. Me trying to work the two.
Alright, it's hot up in this thing.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it had to go, huh? That didn't last long.
Didn't last long at all.
Really though? Give me that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Oh gosh. Part 3. God, this thing getting on my nerves just doing it again. Oh, it's a good old topic. It's a good one. How's everyone doing out there? I hope everyone's having a lovely evening.
Or morning.
Or morning, depending on where you are on the road.
UK is like
Who talking?
early morning.
Who we talking to?
I don't know. Like, I seen some numbers pop up, but I just wanted to,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Okay.
read everyone.
Did you? Are we changing the subject?
Yes, I am. I'm doing like 2 or 3 things at once. Trying to figure out why this
You
isn't
can only do one thing at once, but okay.
do what I want it to do.
Hello.
There it is.
I see the peoples.
You see the peoples?
I see the peoples. The
Peoples.
The peoples.
My name is Peoples. They call me Peoples because I take care of my peoples. Wait a minute now.
You scared of my pussy?
I think I lost an entire segment. Oh, that's gonna hurt. I think our entire last segment has disappeared.
Really?
Oh no.
On Anchor?
Yep.
Dang it.
Oh, that just hurt me. Dang it.
What you trying to do?
That really hurt. Are you? It's hi. Well, oh, you changing chairs? You getting fancy on us?
No, I'm getting another chair. We need more chairs.
How many more people coming? What you doing?
It's just us.
So
1, 2.
yeah, but why you getting chairs out?
What happened?
We were confused. You good?
All right, what platform are we on
Okay,
today?
you gotta.
Hold on.
You gotta.
This is a weird chair for my big butt.
Oh, wait, what? It's not wide enough?
You want this
I'm
one?
not saying that my weight is not distributed evenly in the chair like it
Oh,
should
you want to switch?
be. I'm good. It's your house, your chair. I got it.
Come right here. Nobody gonna see you back there.
Yeah, but the frame is like
Yeah, the frame is not that big. See, look.
Wait, what?
The frame's not that big.
I'm trying to. That's why I'm trying to pull it up.
You see his hand though.
I'm
Okay.
still here. I'm still here.
He's not in it though.
I know. That's all.
The frame's in the corner.
Everyone's back. I don't know what's going on with my Anchor, so I'm not even gonna touch Anchor anymore.
Why don't
I'm a
we
little
just
upset about
slide
that.
the table out?
Cause we recording still. Twitch is still live.
We alive.
You already started?
We've been live.
Been live.
It's never
Why would
stopped.
you start without me?
It's this slide the table.
We
Right.
No.
This is
I mean,
because
we
it's
done
been
went through
going.
preparation with the wigs, chairs,
Right.
everything else.
We could just slide the table and we
Has
could
it
just move right there.
Stopped recording.
I'd never stop.
It never
Okay.
stopped.
Well, it's no point of us going live and having him here if he can't be on it.
Yeah, I'm losing viewers, so what we doing?
Slide the table. Sorry, y'all know Twitch got ads.
I said, what happened?
That's why we turning down.
She wants to slide the table out.
Slide the table out. So you can.
Yeah.
You good?
No.
The computer.
Look, it's on the table.
It's alright.
It's attached to everything else.
I'm moving it closer to.
You got shoes?
Hold on.
Well,
Look at that cricket right there.
You got a calculator
no,
watching your foot.
I think he already hurt.
As long as he don't jump.
Right.
Can you talk to the people, please?
Yeah, we still here. Don't worry. We're just making a
Set
couple of
changes
adjustments.
again.
I don't understand why we still
But the
going
set
from
changes.
y'all last segment anyway.
Because it's not
It's
two
Twitch.
different segments. It's all
It's Twitch.
one.
It's all has to happen like that.
You know,
Oh,
just-
they never stopped.
It never stopped. That's what it is.
Oh,
It never stopped.
What am I doing? I'm in anyway.
I'm
So
sorry.
now
No, I'm in
we
y'all.
just need to make a couple of more adjustments so that we can see everybody.
Nobody's on.
Come on.
We are
Yeah,
moving,
go
we
ahead.
are moving.
All right.
You must give me the tray.
Hmm?
You must give me the whole tray.
Oh, I
Hey,
understand.
John, man, I just need you to sit down so I can make sure I can see everybody.
Okay. Oh, my fat.
You could have set the mic in the middle of that.
I was thinking about it, but it's fine. Okay. Yep. Lamar. What? I mean, one of the greats. So we gotta use our superhero names. Yep, we good.
And how's it look?
Okay,
Yeah.
just turn the kitchen light on.
Everybody's good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just gotta turn the kitchen light on.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay. I was gonna say this one.
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah? No?
Put that one back. Turn it one off.
Turn this one off.
Yeah.
Everybody can be seen?
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Be a goodness. Okay.
Here we go. And we're back down to 3 viewers.
Hey.
Hi. Thanks for
I'm about to share.
hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
So
And hosted.
this is the.
I'm already hosted.
Oh, I didn't even do it. So this is the topic change. So earlier today, excuse me. Earlier today, UA, Chalkstorm, and myself just sitting here doing what we do on the Sundays, kicking rocks, talking about whatever. And this lovely topic came up about
It's not bad.
it's not about buying black.
Oh boy.
We buy black.
Not all the time.
Right, not all the time.
That's what it's about. The
And
movement of we buy black.
How hard it is to not find needs in the African American community. Like, and it kind of sucks that I just can't go to the store, like, and go to a real, like, mom and pop of an all-owned black store and get what all black needs. And it doesn't happen. It's not like that. It's really hard. I watched the segment from Killer Mike on his show on Netflix, and he had to do 24 hours to the second of all black. That whole episode tore me up. Like, he had to search for soap, and like when he went out to restaurants to eat, like he would walk into the restaurant and was like, okay, so it's all black owned. And they're like, yeah, well, do you grow your own food? They were like, no. He says, well, I can't eat here because you're buying from a white distributor, so you're not all black owned.
Ooh.
Woo.
When he had to find clothes, he had to take like stuff that he had. Like when the episode starts, he's in like this dope mansion. Like he got, he got everything. He got his weed. He got everything. He couldn't even smoke weed because there's no all black weed distributors. There aren't black people who grow it themselves and distribute themselves. You buy from some old white boy somewhere. So that whole 24-hour segment kind of messed me up on how real it is to where, we're helping each other on this level.
Yeah.
But where are we on the grander scheme? Where are we? No like that it was depressing. I don't know what to watch that. He couldn't rent a car because what black automaker do you know?
Right.
Like he literally had to go to some place where black folks repurpose bikes and put the bikes together, and that's how he got around. Killer Mike on some old. It was like your bike. Imagine him on your bike.
Wait, my bike ain't old.
No, imagine Killer Mike on your bike.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah.
I know he's beat up, but
dude.
It ain't old.
No, but he's like.
I think you're talking about like one of the old ones where it had the big wheel.
No, not that old.
Damn, unicycle.
No, it's just like it was sad, yo.
Yeah.
Now there are what I discovered from that episode. There are black trotter buses. Mm-hmm. Like they purchase their own buses, and like there's an all black like a Greyhound line.
Yeah, that's about right.
But they only go from like here to here.
Right.
They don't travel all the way around. So it took him a minute to get to his like he had to cross state lines and everything to get to his show. Doing this, so riding a bike, walking, only eating someplace where, and I felt bad because his white homeboy, his manager, is sitting there throwing down with macaroni and cheese, ribs, all this, and Mike is just sitting there like, I can't eat because they don't grow their own food. Like it was kind of crazy, and they do discuss that there are places that sell these items, but you don't know where to go. You don't really know where to go and buy it. Right. So what is your take, or how do you all feel about finding a way to recycle, like you said earlier, like recycle a black dollar?
Right. I'm gonna say I can go first.
You can go ahead.
Yeah.
But well, on the Rebel, I can't remember what name of it was, but the I'm not gonna say rebellion, but they had the convention, and Killer Mike was talking about. Well, T.I. was arguing. I know all y'all seen the clip. T.I. was arguing with the lady about when was America great, whatever. She couldn't say anything. But Killer Mike said, I can tell you, it was after. What he say after? I don't know, man. Y'all, me and history is not right. After Civil War or something like that. And he was talking about the time where, they had Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
And they had, he was like, it was more black, politicians than ever back then. And we all know what happened with that. When we had our own, like, we all know what happened with that. Unfortunately, the powers that be stopped that. But the problem now is, I don't think that we know, and when I say we, I mean, black people, we don't understand what it means to recycle our money. And so we don't have any money, and then when we get money, we are very frugal, and we hold on to our money. We become money hoarders, and we are scared to lose our money. And so what we do is, we undercut ourselves, and we take deals, and we're putting money. We're taking the money that we do get, and when we do spend it, we're taking it right out of our community. So, like I was saying earlier, sometimes we have to get out of that mentality of just trying to save a buck, and we have to be willing to pay what things are worth. Meaning, if you find somebody who can do a job for you, but they're black, and they're like, okay, no, this is my fee. We gotta stop saying, come on, man, let me get $20 off or whatever just because they're black. And if we stop doing that, then we paying the black business owner what he's worth, and because he's getting paid what he's worth, he can meet his bottom line. He can continue to run his business with proper staff, with good customer service, with good products, and then we recycle the money into our communities. His business expands. He hires your children, and then it goes on from there. But it's just that we don't understand what it means to recycle money, and how that money is how the money is leaving our communities. Like you just think we don't think about it like that. We just think, oh, we're just going to get our nails done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you going every 2 weeks. You spending $60. Like I said, when I go $60 to $100, if I got my daughter with me, I'm gonna spend $100.
That's easy.
And that's easy. And that's if we just got gel manis and petties. If I'm getting a full set and my feet done and I need my eyebrows done and my daughter want her nails and her feet done, we looking at like maybe $150, right? Let's say I went every 2 weeks, like you supposed to do. They taking that money, they going to carry back to their big mansions, and this is not to be, culturally insensitive, but they going to their big mansions, and they're pocketing that money. And then you know what they do? Everybody that's working in that shop eventually will probably own their own.
Yes.
They living together. They pocketing money, and when they get enough money for one of them to open up their own shop, they give them that money, and then they start their own business. And so we're not recycling our money. We're helping them expand without even having to go to a bank to get a loan. Half of them can't even speak English. Without having to go to the bank to get a loan, we're giving them the money to expand in their own businesses. What if we just stop doing that and put it into our own black shops? Look at what we can do.
Yep.
And then when you get that deep into it, even cohabitating and living into the same homes until one family has enough money to put a down payment on their own house and buy the house. That's what foreigners do when they come over here. That's how they all have houses, because they all band their money together until they have enough money to either start a business and buy a house, and then they leave. Yeah. They already know what to do. It's us who feel like, we have to, when we do want to start a business, we don't do it a debt-free way. We go and get this big loan, and then now we hurting to make that bottom line. Yeah. And then when you trying to sell to your black people, we coming in there talking about man, can I get a discount? But they can never meet the bottom line. So, yeah, the customer service is going to suck. Yeah, they're going to, run out of straws and run out of forks, because we're not even paying them, first of all, what they're asking for. So, they have to undercut prices just to make sales.
BYO
so, again, when we do have our own businesses, it's just, it's
yes, bring your own
we talk about it and say that, it's BS and they're not doing what they're supposed to do, and it's ghetto or whatever. But we have to look at why that sometimes happens. And it happens because they have to cut so many corners just to sell to us, because we're not willing to pay them what we're willing to pay the white man.
Now, on the other side of that, you have, just like you said, people, they willing to undercut, willing to do this and ask for a discount. What's wrong with just saying no? Like, if I tell you that a piece
then you don't make your bottom line.
Right, but if I'm telling you that a piece of my merchandise is whatever, is this price, then it's that price. That's all it is. Cool. Come on, man, you can't cut me at this. No person. I could not. I'm sorry, I always look, y'all.
You sound like they're a crackhead. They're crackhead.
I know,
You know I'm good for it, man. You know I'm good for
it. Yes. No neighbor, I cannot.
But here's the problem. Our stores, when we open up stores, half of the time it is in the black neighborhoods, right? Mm-hmm. Who's coming in asking for discounts? All of the black people, which means they're never meeting their bottom line, which means eventually, the way supply and demand works, they have to lower their prices.
But the problem is, us as black people, we don't know our worth.
And that's another problem too.
The black dollar.
That's another problem too.
So that's the big issue.
And then also too, your product may be worth $100, but your service to me, I'm only willing to pay you $50, because when I come in your shop, you so nasty to me. You're not on time. Your tools is nasty, but your talent is amazing, and that's what I see a lot of times. Like, your talent is amazing, but every time I come in here, you late. You got boosters coming in and out of the store. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so yeah, can't nobody do my nails like this. Ling Ling can't do this, but your service is knocking down what I'm willing to pay, because like, I can't do it. Like, I was talking to my homegirl yesterday, and we know somebody who we both love, and we want to get our hair done from her, but we both know when we go to get our hair done from her, we're going to be in the shop for 8 hours. But because I love you and I know you, am I supposed to waste all those hours and give you my money to do my hair when I could go somewhere else and be in and out for the same thing in an hour and a half?
Mm-hmm.
Don't do me like that because you comfortable with me and you know me. You still run a business. You understand what I'm saying? So even though it may be worth $100, your service can cut your prices because it's full package. It's full package and aesthetics when it comes to businesses to me is everything because I don't think people pay attention to that. But, you know, you may go into places and everything just look dirty, the floor. And I'm the type of person, I be looking at the floorboards sometimes. Depending on what. When I'm in hospitals, for real, when I'm in hospitals, I look at the walls. Because it's supposed to be a clean place, right?
Well, yeah, for a hospital, yeah, I can.
You would be surprised in hospitals. If you pay attention, you'll see blood splatter. Like, they don't clean certain things. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a hospital. Like, ew. The floors be nasty. You know what I'm saying? Because they're only paying attention to, like, maybe the beds or, like, the tables, you know, or the counters where they're going to put surgical items. And so I pay attention to all those kinds of things. And people who know how to market their businesses, they do as well. So you may have one person who has, you know, lesser quality product, but their aesthetics, their product, their packaging looks amazing. Versus yours, you know, it just, you just hand them the product, hey, thank you, you know, get out the door and it's like, you know, believe it or not, we are very vain people. When we go to buy something, we'll buy the product that just looks better. Like, I don't care if it's just the bag that looks better. Like, I'm a hoarder. I get it from my grandma. And when I go to places like when my baby buy me my Aldo purses, I keep my bags. I keep my bags because they're good quality cardstock. And like, I keep my bag. I love nice bags. Remember we went to Sullivan Steakhouse? I think I still got that bag, or I might have gave it to my grandma. My grandma keep bags too, but she keep just regular plastic bags.
Bag you got me for my birthday.
I keep Christmas bags. I keep bags for my wedding. I love nice bags, but I will go shop somewhere just because I'm walking through the mall and I seen somebody with the bag. Oh, that bag is cute. You know, I want a bag. It don't matter what I'm going to buy. I'm going to just get the bag.
So wait,
but it's aesthetics. Like, I love it. We love it.
Thank you.
Are you saying that's a lack of aesthetics and black owned?
New side, woo!
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey.
You said what now?
Is the
Y'all know I'm all over the place, so.
So I say that's reeling you back.
Yeah, we went from
Is there a lack of aesthetics and black owned?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's we don't
pay attention.
again, we don't pay attention to details. Like, okay, if I'm just take nail salon for prime example. If I come to your nail salon, I sit down at your table, and it's nail dust on that's somebody else's like DNA. Like, that's how I look at it, right?
Yeah, you're right.
All it takes is like get your little fan or.
Not that DNA.
No, but
It's
they file. They have to file the real nail.
Yeah.
That's
Before they put the fake nail on, and you know, so I don't know if it's real dust or acrylic dust.
You really don't, you know.
You know, that's period.
I don't want to see it. That's just like you be okay. Let's say you a gynecologist, right? And I'm coming to get a pap smear, and when I come and I look at the table, you left the little sheeting on the bed, and this girl juices is on the. Are you gonna sit down on that to get your pap smear?
You might like that kind of stuff.
I am not going to contaminate my vagina with your juices. Like, I'm not gonna do that. You want it to be a doctor, make sure they pull down and strip a new piece of paper for you. You know what I'm saying? With I don't care what business you got. Even when I go to somebody's office and oh my gosh, when I used to work, I used to go in certain people's cubicles. I'm like, girl, oh my gosh, this is like making my skin crawl. Put your papers up, have some type of organization because you never know who walking by. It could be the CEO of the company walking by. And people think certain things like that don't matter, but it does. It because like I am the firm believer in like a chaotic mess. Like sometimes my closet, like baby, like what the hell? But I know what's in each box. You know what I'm saying? Like what's on each whatever. Like it may seem like a lot of stuff, but I know where my stuff is.
Right.
And so, but you know, it's just aesthetics and presentation. I think that we don't understand as a people how important it is because when things are cluttered or looks messy or whatever, it actually kills like a certain vibe. like if you walk into a place and it's like clean and it like maybe has like bright colors or whatever. When you walk in, you feel cheerful. Like you feel like just more at home. You want to sit down and get comfortable.
More comfortable.
It's a salon. It's a nail salon on Raleigh Boulevard. They had this big ugly leather couch. It was like holy and patchy, and you could see some of the foam. It was in a ghetto, and I used to go in there. And I used to stand up and wait. I used to stand up and wait and get my nails done. Like, ooh,
Well,
y'all,
that's like
I know
what
y'all can afford to get a better couch, but guess who they won't buy it for? Not my black ass. They won't buy a better couch for me, and I'm the one coming there spending the dollars in here, and I know y'all got the money.
So,
but they chairs was nice.
So you just said that you don't think black businesses cater to black people.
I don't think black businesses cater to
Any people.
No, I take that back. They do black businesses cater to black people. That's the problem. That's the problem.
I shouldn't come in there and
if
it's looking like home. Like
right, they get too comfortable. Black people
my
get
home
too
is just
comfortable
fine,
with
man.
black people.
you know what I'm saying. You know what
But
I mean?
no, for real. Like if somebody walk in your room in the middle of the week, right, on a Wednesday, you might have a few clothes on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Your shoes, your socks. I mean, depending on the type of person that you are.
Is it a closet? But that shouldn't be.
talking to the wrong
But on a
Your
Wednesday,
business- your
like
business.
I done flew through my closet, like and so like things may not be as neat as it was when I cleaned up
When
on
they
a
come in,
Sunday.
just kick it in the closet, shut
Say
it down.
something.
I don't keep all my stuff in my closet. You keep out like Maya. Maya puts everything in the closet. But for me, child, But it's like, black people we just get too comfortable. We get too comfortable and we think that,
We really do.
come on in here, girl. Like, can you wipe that off? You know what I'm saying? Like, baby, this is not Waffle House.
So,
Even
like,
yeah,
to me, like a perfect example of that is a barbershop.
I was about to say,
For some reason,
Like,
Barbershop.
black
never
barbers.
seen-
No, listen. Black barbers, listen. With the exception of my current barbershop.
Yeah, they ain't clean.
That is probably the first barbershop I've ever been to that looks complete.
Wow.
You notice how for some reason when you go to a barbershop, there's always like a hole, a
Hole.
random hole in the wall somewhere. I just don't understand. Like, and it's a sink somewhere. There shouldn't
He got pipes sticking out the wall.
Yeah.
Like, come
be.
on,
The
man.
ceiling is never complete. Like, I don't understand. What?
Would you get a good ass cut from
You
out
get a
there though?
bang-
Okay, I mean a banging face. Okay.
It's a line sharp as
You get great conversation, a good cut,
Yeah,
but your
good
store
conversation.
is
Nothing
just
like
not
it.
complete.
Not complete.
And I don't understand why. Like I said, my current, shout out to Diamond Cuts. Y'all do. But boy, oh boy, I just don't understand why we can't get it together, black people.
But you know what? That y'all men, they probably thinking like they don't care. They just need to get a haircut.
Shit, me.
Just a
Right?
haircut.
Because billionaire. You ever been to Billionaire?
Never been there. But
It's
I'm planning to
nice.
get one very soon.
But-
Yes, it is.
Nice.
But there is one now. Here's the funny thing about that. I'm so glad you brought that up.
Okay.
There's 2 billionaire barbershops.
It is. It's one in Triangle,
Well, actually,
right?
it's 3 of them.
And one off of New
Right.
Bern by your
Now
daddy's
listen.
house.
Yeah, you're right. There's one in
Don't
Triangle.
stay.
Yeah.
What she say?
My daddy don't stay over there. Not your daddy. His daddy.
Hey, at least we got daddies in here. Look. Hey, at least we got daddies. You got daddy, right?
Look, you done dug up some
I
pain.
don't have no father figure. I have a chromosome donor.
You see what you did?
Well,
His daddy went to get milk and
Well,
never
my
came
son
home.
has daddy.
I got two. You can adopt my daddies.
I'm alright.
He might have made it this far.
So here we go. But look, the thing about the billionaire barbershops is really funny. You said that. There's the one in Triangle. I don't know if it still exists. There's the one on New Bern.
Mhm.
And then there's the one on Six Forks.
Hmm.
I think it's Six Forks. If you go to all 3 of those, you're going to be able to tell which one's which. Like, I could cover your eyes up, walk you into one, and I say if is it here, or here. and you will be able to know
The
where you
location
are.
doesn't.
The location just by walking inside of it. Why is that? Why is that? Anybody?
Because probably depending on the side of town,
'Cause
you
they
only
got
cater
the,
to those people.
Mm-hmm. I've been to 2 out of 3 of those. The one on Six Forks. You ever seen what was it? The show Barbershop, the movie Barbershop, where they walked into the competition one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was funny because
Oh yeah, they had fish on the floor.
yeah, there was somebody had fish on the
Fish.
floor.
Somebody said you fried fish.
You can get fried fondue. It was like fondue, but he said you get fondue. I never understood that joke until I got older. But anyway, my point is, when you go into that one on Six Forks, it is beautiful. I mean, hands down, it's dope. Like I walked in there, I couldn't believe I was in a barbershop.
Nice,
it's so much space.
It's like technically
It's
savvy.
big. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, 2 words. 6 forks.
6 forks,
Because
exactly.
it's on that side of town.
Exactly.
That's crazy. Though.
Triangle, you ain't got a choice. You in triangle, like, but triangle is.
It's iffy.
Yeah. It's kind of hit or miss.
Yeah.
Shoot, Crabtree is too now. We don't have any besides North Hills. So you're going to get a nice shopping experience, but you're going to get it with a tad bit of racism. You know, probably about 5 milliliters of racism.
5
When you
milliliters.
go.
5 milliliters. We put racism in a cup. We put.
You know.
Somebody weigh that out.
I like to get my shopping experience. Hold the racism.
Please do.
Cause that was my total wine.
But that's what.
Before I got tired of. I mean, them white men was pushing me. I mean, it was just like I didn't exist in that store.
Ooh,
You
y'all
know?
know them foreign stores like Fashion Avenue.
That's
I used
foreign?
to go back in there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Fashion Avenue. I'm sorry, I'm thinking it's
Go ahead,
fashion.
used to-
Oh yeah, the buy one get one free.
Oh, and them man, the workers like
Yeah.
that's just so.
So.
Nigga, you came over. Sorry,
Look.
neighbor.
Look,
So now.
hey,
That's what the biggest problem.
we talking about buying black.
biggest problems with black business these days. Like we just not there. I think we all have a dream and we all want to be like, okay, I want to own this and I want to do this, that, and the third. I just don't think like, okay, we get the space, we get the building, we're in there, we're excited, yeah, okay. At that point, everybody's like, well, now what?
Yeah.
And we never quite finished that business plan because we missed something. Does that make sense?
Well, we miss everything. The problem is we weren't groomed. We were not groomed to be entrepreneurs. Our parents raised us, the generation before us raised us to go to school, get a job,
and work
and then
somewhere.
retire. That's how they raised us.
Exactly.
9 times out of 10, we were not raised to be entrepreneurs with the entrepreneur mindset, which is why
all of us have a poverty mindset.
exactly, and we don't even know
You
it
still speaking Jewish.
until
Don't
we
even
like
know
10,
it.
15 years in, and we like, wait, I'm gonna retire. Another 15 years, I'm only gonna have like 40 grand when I retire, like to live off of a year. That's
We got
nothing.
the nice J's.
I'm telling you.
And the fake
And we
gold
never
chains
invested in
from the
ourselves.
mall, the kiosk.
They don't know. We don't know how to start a business successfully, and not only just start a business because that's the key is not to be just self-employed. The key is to become a business owner. Self-employment is still means you're working hard because you have to work hard for yourself, right? So your time is still being equal out for money. The key is to become a business owner where somebody else is running your business for you,
The key is
and you can be
residual
at
income.
home
Yes.
or be in Bora
That's
Bora
the
and
key.
still collecting
That's the
checks
goal, residual
without
income.
having to work residual income. That is the key, but we were not groomed for that.
Right.
So we get those businesses, we so excited, we get in the door, and we still end up living paycheck to paycheck.
And we make the same mistakes.
We
that
have
our
no
parents made.
mentees, just like I was telling John Name. I've been to 2 different businesses, and I have business mentors with these two different businesses, totally different businesses. I'm not gonna say the names of them. Both of them, my mentors are old white men. Now don't have a problem with white people. Love white people to death, but these old white men, like I was telling her, always either go over my head or under my head. I got one that was saying words before I was really doing research into really truly being an entrepreneur before I left my job. Like when you still working and you want to start a business, like yeah, I'm just put a little money here. I might sell little lashes. But when you start working and you really like, okay, no, I'm all in. It's a difference. So he was saying words and it was just going over my head. He like, okay, yeah, do this and then let me know when you're done. I'm like, what the heck? Like, what the heck? Then I go to the second company. It's 2 of them. They're like, oh, yeah, you need a business name and some business cards. And I'm like, I got all that already. Like, this is not what I'm here for. Then he tells me, because my name was Laylux Financial Services. He says, who is your market? Who are you trying to reach? I said, I'm trying to reach, like the middle class working people who want their money to stretch further. He said, well, Laylux, he said, what does that mean? So I'm explaining to him, what it means in French. It means something, nice, elegant. It means basically rich in French. He's like, you sure your market is going to understand that? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, your market is not going to understand it. And what's sad about that is what he was saying was middle class black people who working they don't even understand what Lux is. Lux is richness. And he like sitting across from these white men telling me that my people don't even understand. And it was true, and it hurt me though. It hurt me so bad because he literally was telling me, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't being deep, but in my mind it was deep. That black people that you trying to help, they don't even understand rich. They don't even understand rich, and we don't. We don't know what that means. Because all we see is, so-and-so cousin made it to the league, and they got this $1 million contract and got these big house or whatever. And then next thing you know, when that contract is over or whatever, something happened, they bum their knee.
They back working at Grocery Board Junior.
Exactly, because they don't know what to do with their money. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not wealthy. We don't know. We don't even know how to be rich.
That's the other thing.
We don't even know. We don't know how to invest in ourselves.
But let me ask you this,
and let our money work for us.
Since we're talking about the power of the black dollar and buying black, you don't think you could have found any successful black mentors?
I'm not saying I couldn't. I'm saying the way those programs work that I did, right? So you sign up, you tell them, you put in your demographics.
I got something on that.
You tell them what you're trying to do, and then they partner you with a mentor. So it wasn't like I could walk in there and say, give me a black woman. Does that make sense? But after looking on the walls of like all the employees, there were none. Mm-hmm. There were no black mentors. There were no black women mentors that looked like me. And so I have had to learn since being out of work how to go and find those black women. And what I have found is there are none. Like I had to literally, I had a boss who I have loved. I had worked for her when I was 19. I had a boss, and she I watched her work in that job, and then I watched her work on her business. She was minding her business too. She had her business on the side. And it fueled something in me, but I really didn't understand it till now. I reached out to her, and she told me to meet her at her office. I went to her office. She literally sat me down, and she said, look, for you, I will show you how to do everything. So I had to go and find her a business one, but there's not. And when I was in the working field, like when I was working like the 9 to 5 or whatever, the women who could have been mentors to me instead were threatened by me and either told me things like, you're not going to, I'm not trying not to give certain things away, but there's a position that I wanted. She told me, you're not going to get it. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get it. And when she said that to me, she said it in front of my white coworker who I had been telling that this woman had been talking down on me for years. And she didn't believe me. She looked at me in my face and she said, you're not going to get that job. They already know who they want for that job. She told me to my face. A black woman who I should have been looking up to, right? And years before, she tried to do me dirty. I had another supervisor who told me, it's something about you I just don't like. And if she came back, she said, you know what it is? It's your age. And she talked down to me like I was a child when she would try to get me to do things, when she would give me direction. She would speak to me in a condescending tone. Sarah, so unfortunately, there are no, and I'm not saying there's none, because there's some out there, but for me, there were none. Because the women who I should have been able to go to, who were right there and accessible to me, was not willing to teach me. But then now I know it's because they couldn't. They never had the mindset that I have. To them, that was their end all be all, and they was gonna work that job for 30 years and then retire. Like starting your own business was not in their mind, so they could have never mentored me anyways. I had to find somebody who I already knew who had that mindset. But there, I can't even name to y'all one company I know that I can go to that is Black women mentors ready to mentor a younger Black woman on being an entrepreneur.
You know
I can't name one.
You know what a part of that is too? I hate to say this, I love my Black people. I love every single one of y'all. But we also selfish. We so scared that somebody gonna try to take something from us.
Instead of lifting each other
Instead of
up and
uplifting
building
each other.
together.
That's the biggest problem. We are so afraid that somebody gonna come through and
That's
be
what it
better
was. Yeah.
than them, and then the only thing that they're gonna say is, "Oh, he only got theirs because of me." The only reason he is because of me. Crabs.
Exactly.
Crabs
Crabs in a barrel.
That's the biggest. That's another big problem. Where there are plenty of people who are willing to teach. The few people that we do find that are willing to teach charge you like $100 an hour, just to hear them speak.
Yeah.
Then the ones that want to teach are way too famous and way too far out of our reach. Everybody has a movement, but once again, when you get to that point where you start to learn, then now they want to be paid so that you can move on. It's like a trial period, and then you going right back onto, paying money.
Right.
So it's sad because it would be nice to just have like this, just a bunch of Black entrepreneurs who actually want to teach people. I'm not saying it necessarily has to be free, but make sure that we get enough out of it first to actually want to pay you. Because if you can hold on to us long enough where we don't have to try to seek this information on our own, just like you said, Wake Tech had something.
They have a whole small business center.
A whole small business thing that nobody ever knew about. That's another thing.
Yeah, I was about to touch on that.
My Black people, I cannot go outside and ask somebody, hey, you want to start a business? They gonna look at me like I'm crazy. They might even shoot me. I'm not being funny. I'm being dead serious. Because nobody cares enough. Black people don't care enough. We really don't. It's sad. It's a sad... Everybody wants to start like a business. I applaud every single Black person I know now that are trying to be self-started, self-motivated, trying to get themselves out there, not because they want to be rich, but because they want to be wealthy. They want to have something, a legacy, something to look back on, something you can say, I did that. We're not just talking about somebody who's just trying to, sell a bunch of stuff and make some money. You want to do that, you sell drugs. Anyway.
Right.
Saying people like that.
But no, it's businesses out there that are there to help us, and like the program that I just got accepted into, I had to apply to get into that program. That's another problem too. Like if you would have seen the application, you probably would have been like, yeah, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not about to do this. But because I was prepared for the application, I had already answered those questions for myself, I was able to do the application quickly and I got in. But the thing about it was, had I not went down this rabbit hole of, like, searching for different opportunities and things for me, I probably wouldn't have found it. And then this particular one, I think somebody actually sent to me. But it's things out there for people who want to start a business. It's things out there for just... minority people who want to start a business. but you ain't gonna know about them until you go searching for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just kind of they don't market it. It's hidden. It's like half of the stuff that I found the other day. I mean that I learned about the other day, and it was right in front of my face, but it wasn't marketed. It wasn't marketed. They want people who want to put in the work to go out and find it. You know what I'm saying? Because they want you to want it, and they had it was so many different grants and programs. They were just, I mean, they literally giving money. Banks was there representing, and it's like, I had no idea. Like I had no idea, but you have to go find it. Like you literally have to go find it, or else, like nobody's just gonna put it in your hand. So also that also comes with knowing how to ask for help too, because I think a lot of times we are very prideful people and we don't know how to ask for help, and I'm one of those people. And so, and I was listening to my podcast the other day, and she was saying how when it comes to like black women or whatever, or black people, we don't know how to ask for money. And she was saying white men will like raise on that, like they have no problem raising money for their businesses, and that culture feels natural to them. But for us, it feels weird, and it feels. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how to like come to somebody and hey, I have this idea, you know, and would you like to invest in it? We don't know how to do that. Start that conversation.
I'm not putting my money in you.
There
You ain't wasting my money.
That's the attitude that we have.
I don't work hard and too long to keep earning this $25,000 for the past 17 years, and I'm not giving you my little hard-earned coins so you can just easily ride off somewhere in the sunset with my change.
Not even that. What if they lose it? They would so that you could lose all my money.
No, I'm not doing it. But I will be there after you've gotten what you needed to get, and now you're making $25 million a year, and be like, well, you know I can take care of you, baby.
Right.
Cousin.
Is that lucky? Little lucky.
But that's the other thing too, with being afraid to lose. Like when you're a business owner, you're going to fail. And like when we start accepting that fact that we're gonna fail, it'll change our mindset, because we get over that fear of failing. You're going to fail. Like you're going to make a mistake. You're gonna hit it, because that's just a part of being an entrepreneur. But the thing about it is learning from those mistakes. So okay, boom, I'm gonna come back this time and I know what to say, or I know what to do, or whatever. But you're going to fail. Like it's inevitable. Everybody is going to. Just like when it comes to investing, you're not always going to win. You know what I'm saying? Those numbers are going to go down at some point. But if you know that you're playing the long game, you know that you're in it to win it, basically. But you're going to fail. Somebody's going to tell you no. You're going to have some rejections or whatever. That's just going to happen. But you got to have that mindset, that mentality to keep pushing. It's not a job where you got a guaranteed paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Whether you did a okay job this week or superb job this week, you know what I'm saying? You finish half your projects, all of you can get a paycheck. It's not that. It's something totally different.
Well, she's like covered every piece of my topics that I had
Yeah,
down.
I was about to say. So are we?
I was writing my stuff down so we could go like in segment. Cause if y'all don't know, Chocolate Storm like to talk, y'all. She like to. My baby like to pull. She like to pull stuff out and get her conversation across. She want to be heard.
Yeah.
So we have cut off Rob's heart. We got Rob's heart. We've taken out why we don't support each other. We got that. We got that. The important portion is how do we recycle it? Keep it going. Like how do we do that? Like you have yours, and so on. How do we keep that going? Now that's not to say that you can't go down to Mercedes and speak to them. Right. But how do we make sure that
it stays with our people?
Right.
Well, the first thing is we got to find everybody who's like-minded. That's the very first thing.
Well, then it's trust, because you may pretend to be like-minded, but I got to make sure that you're not just trying to steal my idea.
Right.
Because I might be coming out with the beef cloth part W spelled with a K and a Z.
I'm only doing this because
knowledge is power.
It is. And if I give you all my knowledge, I'm not powerful.
That's the problem too.
Even educating each other
Exactly.
on how to
That's the
recycle
thing.
and
Yeah.
the power of recycling.
Plus we got
you understand what I'm
exactly.
saying? So, and it's not enough of that. So a lot of people still have this crab in the barrel mindset. They don't understand that me helping you is
It's helping everybody, yeah.
And yourself.
Like I said, everybody,
Yeah.
every person sees somebody else's competition.
Yeah.
When we're not supposed to. There's plenty of room at the
Right.
top.
Yeah.
Drake told me that.
Not even at the
He
top.
said
Just
at the top, it ain't long.
you know.
But no, that's the thing. Like,
But, yeah.
everybody sees everybody as competition, and once we get out of that mindset too, we're good to go.
Yeah.
We'll be able to-
I think
But-
first understanding the power of our dollar. First understanding. Like when some new Jordans drop, how much money black people spend just on that day alone. Understanding
Jordan
the
don't
power
care about us.
at all.
You know,
He helping keep us locked up. He invests in jails.
It's not that Jordan.
But
That's another Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
not that
the
particular
one.
he
Jordan.
is though.
No, it's not him.
This Michael Jordan is a white man, the one that invests in the prisons. That's we debunked that.
Cause I seen that in
Yeah.
an article.
We've
Yeah.
debunked
It's
that.
debunked.
She
Okay.
seen that
it's
on
not anything you
Facebook.
really do.
Somebody
Okay.
posted
It's a
that.
different Michael Jordan.
That's real news.
That's
though.
real news.
I read a whole thing. Okay.
That's real.
Well, but yeah, understanding how powerful our dollars is, and because everybody think they broke, but what they don't understand is us as a whole ain't broke. Us as a whole ain't broke.
It's another.
That money being spent
It's
and
another
then
thing.
spreading that knowledge.
If you find goods and services you need, like the day you decide, like if you're looking in the black community for goods and services you need, instead of going to Walmart, taking that left turn and going to, whatever the brand name is, you'll be good. That's another good way to keep that money recycled.
I don't like shopping at Larry's though.
right.
Hey,
But
thank-
right. Why?
But that's
Cause
the
it-
point.
Thank you.
But that's
There
the
goes
point.
Aesthetics.
Aesthetics.
But
Stink.
what is Larry's?
Funky.
It's a.
You got past that. You got past that.
That baby said funky.
What is Larry's?
It's like a meat market.
It's a meat market.
Yeah.
Meat markets stink. That's what they do.
Fish market.
They can't put.
Yeah, but meat markets stink, baby. That means there's something wrong with the meat.
No, I'm not saying.
Right. I mean,
I'm not
Some
saying
meat
that.
cause
markets
I know
don't
I'm
stink.
pretty sure if you go to the what's that place where Drew used to work? The butcher shop.
The one on 6. No,
Have
Wake
you-
Forest. What were you
Have
talking
you
about?
ever been in there?
I have.
Did it smell like raw meat?
No,
Did it smell like fish?
not at all.
Exactly.
It's
It's
aesthetic.
our stuff.
Okay.
Not at all.
Alright. I might be. I came from New York. Where
It's
every
our
meat market
stuff.
stinks.
That is true.
They got
Yeah, we did have some issues
even
back
in
home.
Food Line, they got a whole. They back there slicing,
Mhm.
dicing, chopping.
Don't stink.
You
Okay.
smell that when you walk in Food Line?
No, you right. You got it. That's why I say my history with meat markets is that they always stink.
Yeah,
It's
because you
just-
used to go to Larry's and it being.
No, I never. Actually, what's funny is. No, I've been to Larry's. I've been to Larry's.
He's talking about in New York, but
I'm
in
talking
New
about
York,
New York.
everything stink.
Hold on.
Everything does not stink.
Hold
Back
on.
home, man.
Hold on.
Y'all streets are filled with
Shots
trash.
fired.
Y'all
Shots fired.
subway system is disgusting.
Oh.
It's just a nasty place.
But you rode it to get around, right?
I had no choice.
Well, guess what?
I guess
Like,
they
the stairwell smell like piss.
always smell like pee. This stores here I walk into that smell like pee.
Yeah, but like that city as a whole was just a stinky place.
No, it's not.
It was very disgusting.
Spoken like a true
I was
Southerner.
surprised by
I'm
the
telling
trash. It was Lamar. Have you been to New York? Have you seen the trash lined up on the sidewalks in front of people's homes?
Have you looked
That
outside
is
your own home and the
nasty.
garbage crew ain't came through here?
Yeah, I mean, you gonna see like some, somebody done threw in the McDonald's bag here, a slushy cup here. I'm talking
The
about.
only difference
I'm
is
insulted.
I'm talking about people
the
with
way.
black trash bags lined up, piled up on the street.
those that are piled there have been emptied from out of there by sanitation to be picked up by the garbage men.
That's what
That's
they do.
disgusting.
That's what they do.
That's what they do.
I'm saying
Where,
it's a nasty
where,
place.
where, where there's dumpsters here, you may have a dumpster behind a restaurant and things like that, but that's literally what it is. Because the trash comes and they pick it up off the street, scoop it, go down to the next block.
But that's how them rats is getting in there, open up the bag, spreading trash everywhere.
Here too. We just glad we ain't seen them.
I'm just going back.
It's just
to
a
New York
nasty
is
place.
not a stinky, nasty place.
It is.
I'm not saying it's
Didn't
not.
you even say it's a part of New York where people say that all those people stink that's from there? Or they
The Bronx.
The-
Yeah,
the
the
Bronx,
Bronx.
but
The Bronx.
R&B, you stink, bro. You stink, bro. BX smells.
Just, I was gonna say that. The Bronx. Yeah.
So you agree?
No.
No.
That was a joke, though.
Right.
That's in a joking manner.
But you just said it does.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
New York is a nasty place. And I
It is
just think
not.
that for a place that brings in so much revenue, it is a it's a nasty place.
You know, it's a lot of there.
What?
Black-owned businesses.
Tons.
I tell you that much.
That I've
Tons.
never heard before.
Mm-hmm.
Tons.
Is it in certain boroughs?
No.
I'll say?
Well,
No.
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 I heard that
everywhere.
it's a lot of Asian businesses, and you
What's,
know.
and that kind of segues into my next point there. How do we as a black culture do as Asian cultures, Spanish cultures,
we
like
have to raise
2 words come together.
Yeah, but here's the problem:
Mm-hmm.
we come together, but how's everybody gonna get along?
That's the other
The
problem.
you know-
knowledge you have to
But,
go
I mean,
back to
even
what
with
Lamar
knowledge,
said. We have to teach.
but they do
First.
everything great together.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
They all like 1,200 of them can get in one damn car
I'm not.
and
But-
be happy.
That's their culture, though.
Right.
We don't have that culture.
No, we
So
had
have
it.
to teach that
We weren't.
correct, but we have to reteach that culture before we can come together. Put 20 of us in the house together right now. See what's gonna
It
happen.
depends
Yeah,
on which
but
20 it
see,
is.
Without that
Same thing.
mindset,
Same
we
thing
gotta
happening
change our
in
mindset.
their house too. Ling Ling and Mei Ling is still
Oh,
fighting.
they still
but
brawling.
they fighting on the inside now.
But-
Right, and that's
but
a
see,
big difference too. They
I'd
house-
rather
they
be
business
fighting
in their
with
house.
you, and we both got businesses, baby.
Right, but
Then
fight on the
us
inside.
fighting, we ain't got nothing.
Not on the outside. See, we'll be quick to be like, "Yep, I'm recording you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
putting you on Facebook Live."
Yeah, and that's
Mhm.
true.
Mei Ling and Ling Ling, they fighting on
That's
the inside.
true.
They get on the outside.
I'm not saying that they don't, but what I'm talking about is as far as us getting along, I'm talking about business wise. Because here's the thing, if I say, you know what I'm saying, if you let's say you make $1,500 and I say let's take 1,000 of that and invest it. If you ain't in the right mindset, you ain't finna take 1,000 of my money. When really you only needed 500 to live off of, and that 1,000 could have turned into 10,000. We don't have the mindset, which means when it comes to making business decisions or pimp decisions, as Cat Williams say, it's going to be some tugging and pulling. Because we think we have to live off of this. Honestly, like if we take a more minimalistic approach, we would be able to invest more and do more. But we have got so accustomed to being spoiled with so many luxuries and materialistic items that honestly we really do not have to have. We really don't have to have. And so it would take a mindset for us to even come together. If I say, let's say we live in the house and nobody in here can buy anything from, buy any clothes, pay retail for their clothes. So I got an uncle right now. Every time the bottom of his shoes get dirty, he buy a new pair. So like we couldn't do it.
That's a poverty.
Even though I have probably bought 3 things in my entire life that I paid retail value for. When I say retail, that means it wasn't on sale, wasn't on clearance, and I bought it right out of the store. And I think that was like a jacket that I really wanted really bad, a sweater, and I can't even say a pair. Was it a pair of shoes? I can't even remember. Like when I was in college. Other than that, I've never paid retail. Now my husband, if he bought something for me and he paid retail, that's his fault. But me personally, I don't like I always try to find like, you know, so I thrift shop. Like I have really nice clothes, and my grandma thrift shop too. So like, you know, Calvin Klein, Guess,
You drifting.
all that stuff. Anywho, name brand stuff. I bought it secondhand, so I'm not paying retail for it. But like, let's say we all came together and said, okay, y'all, to save money, don't pay retail for anything that you buy. How many people have a problem with that? And that's just with clothes. We talking about, you could say don't buy any name brand food products. Remember you said your mom just like, no, that's not gonna rock here. We gotta have Captain Crunch.
In my house.
Not
Why?
Captain
Because
Crunch.
Captain Crunch tastes better than Bobby Crunch. I've had Bobby Crunch. Bobby Crunch ain't good.
Crunch is the
Not
Bobby.
Bobby.
We don't have the mindset to do it to save a few bucks.
But
But
see,
it all depends. Like, I have an issue with, because if we're going to save bucks and we're going to save bucks, we can invest in black businesses. Let me tell you what I completely suck at that I can't do. Couponing. Because I have to buy what the coupon says.
That's the problem.
And if you grab a coupon and it says Hunts, let me tell you something. Hunts in the can is a nasty mother. I can't stand Hunts in the can.
You mean like tomato paste?
I tasted the actual spaghetti sauce. I can taste every piece of metal that they created that can out of. So I don't like it.
Yeah.
And
That's hilarious.
now I buy it when it's a struggle, and I gotta hook it up. But I can still
Well,
taste
your
it.
palate is more
no,
exquisite than
No.
than normal.
That ain't no palate. That's a mindset.
No, I literally
No, it's
taste
not.
it.
It's her taste buds.
Whereas
Whereas
So I
somebody
can't.
else may not. Just like I can't eat Chef Boyardee. That tomatoes, whatever they using it, they claiming to be tomato sauce, makes my stomach sick. Like I cannot, or ragu. I can't.
Yes,
Like,
I'm
I just
rocking
can't.
ragu because I'm swanky.
I cannot. Got to be Prego.
Prego. I'm a Barellos or
Or Bertolli. I
Yeah.
love
Let's
Bertolli.
let's think about this on a larger scale. You're talking about, you know how people say, like we should, like if the five of us right now bought a house, not a bunch of houses, not a house with a bridge, a house.
House
It was
with a bridge, you gotta go over and see the other person.
yeah.
no, we investing. But let's go.
I'm just talking about like a big house. Maybe we'll say. We got kids.
About 8 bedrooms.
So let's say about 8
Six
bedrooms.
to
We'll go 6 to 8 bedrooms. We'll just say that.
Mhm.
6 to 8 bedrooms, okay? How many bathrooms? How long do you think it'll be before one of us be
Not
like,
gonna make it.
we ain't gonna make it,
Lamar out the first week.
but
Because we know.
Yeah. We know, right. We know.
You just gonna be like
You
sitting up
out the
there.
first week.
You gonna sit up there. You gonna sigh real heavy.
Lamar.
You gonna be like, I can't take this.
With his phones.
Can't take these bitches
I
anymore.
can't take this.
The first
But,
week.
but
Lamar's gone.
the thing is though, you have these other cultures. I'm just gonna say other cultures because I'm not gonna. You're gonna say other cultures, and they invest. They take that time out, and it's 15, 20 people living in one house, and all their money is going towards one mortgage, and then they have a bunch of money to do whatever with.
Yep.
And a lot of them
We
are
just had this conversation.
carpenters and builders and stuff like that.
Making
Neighbors.
Day laborers, but they have
Yes, exactly.
money.
Way to go, and you can still do the bridge.
Are you talking about the bridge house?
Yeah, I just showed one of the
Bridge
I
house
was
is
just
kinda
having this
dope.
conversation with her about my family. Like, we literally just had the same discussion,
Mhm.
like about getting some land,
Yeah.
building,
That's key.
and
The
making it
problem
work.
is that
Yeah.
black families, we're not programmed for that.
Exactly.
Because I don't need you in my business.
Exactly.
But
I don't want
see-
you in my business. I don't need a bunch of people in my house. I
That's
don't.
where the bridge comes in.
No,
Yeah.
no. I'm just saying. I'm
No,
saying
we're talking
in the
about-
mindset.
yeah,
I'm
he's
just
talking
talking
about
about
mindset,
mindset.
period.
Yes, I mean, I
And the-
understand that. But
Now, a
that's
bridge
gonna
house
take-
is a
that's
great
gonna take
idea.
Some work. That's
Yeah.
I do
years.
not promote that.
That's gonna take
Yeah.
years of. Whew.
Because
I
everybody
don't
needs their
promote
space.
doing it with family, because family, like as the black family tries to portray it, is because I'm this to you, I can do whatever I want to you because I'm this to you, and that's what most black families deal with things, and we got to keep secrets, and
But-
we got to keep putting up with stuff.
But that's
I
why-
say find a group of like-minded individuals.
But that's why
But you
I
gotta-
said
but
if
you
the
gotta
five
know
of us.
who
That's why I
to
said
deal-
if we
You gotta
did.
know
Right.
who to deal with it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You know your family.
Within the
so
family,
you know,
right?
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
I know it wouldn't work for mine.
Right. So
Like,
But that's what, but no,
period.
I said what if.
But I'm saying that happens in a lot of families
But-
though. It's like I'm your mama, so you know what I'm saying. Like you gotta put up with certain things that you
Right, but that's why. But
portray that you have
that's
to
why I
put up with
didn't
certain things
say-
that you really don't have.
that's
to.
why I didn't say family.
Yeah,
I
wouldn't
said
promote
I said
family.
us.
Like money.
If the five of us decide to buy a house, how long would it be until We family. You know we family. You know what I mean. I mean your actual like. I wouldn't. I'm not being funny. I could not live with my mother. Could not. Will not. Mom, I love you. No.
Mama.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I just, I couldn't do it. But like I said, even the like-minded individuals, if we all were here together and we wanted to buy a house, we're not gonna survive. We're not gonna survive.
Why not?
For me, privacy.
The second Amar
That's what
kicks
the bridge
something
comes
over that belongs to you, and it break.
That's where the bridge comes in.
No, we're not talking about bridge.
No, so
We
let
exclude
me
bridge.
explain it the same way I explained it to Nikki and how me and my family was talking about it.
Mhm.
We find land, we build on it.
Mhm.
Basically, it's sort of like everybody's building their own house, but it's still connected. So
That-
everything in the middle,
That I like.
everything in the middle,
You
like
know how
we
much
would
that's
have.
gonna cost?
Because
It don't
Lamar's
matter.
talking about building it.
It don't
Now when you
matter.
had that many people, and Lamar's talking about building a community.
Let me.
You
Okay.
see,
And
the
that
difference
is
between his
smart
and mine is that they're connecting their
versus us
homes.
that-
Where I was telling you, I just wanted.
Right.
We have these 5 acres, but you got a house there and got
Right.
a house there.
Well,
Right,
that's
so
kinda the
that's
same
totally
thing.
separate. But
Yeah, like
so
what
let's
Lamar's
just say,
saying. Yeah.
Mhm.
let's just say we did it.
Yeah.
So
Community.
y'all would have your own house. She would have her own. I would have mine. He would have his. We build it however we want to build it,
Mhm.
but we connect it by the bridge or the breezeway or whatever. However we want to
Right.
connect it. But at the end of the day, we still are paying on that mortgage. We still, you know,
And on
what
one
I'm saying?
piece
We
of
still are
land.
doing it.
And
in the
that
middle-
cuts out a lot.
Is where you would have your, your pool and all of that stuff that where we come together. And,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I can still go to my
Right.
house and my business. I can
I'm
close
And
my
then we
door,
put
have
our
my
businesses
peace.
up surrounding that area, and then
I'm
boom, we go from there.
Exactly.
That's a community. That community mindset is dope. Because if we just own the land, that's so way
Exactly.
much more
It's- you
powerful than
already
having a
ahead of the game.
house.
Already.
Having land is so important, so very important, and we can start our own farms. I mean,
I thought we want to do it farms.
I don't want no farm.
I'm not gonna have no farm. 'Cause I'm not sticking my hand in no cow butt.
Oh, yeah.
But somebody gonna
your
farm.
hand. Sure, to be there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Somebody's gonna farm. Like somebody's
Okay.
gonna farm.
Let me give y'all something. I think so. There's a house. Okay, we're gonna go 5 bedrooms. Okay, this house is 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. It is $289,000. Right. Okay. What would the payment be on that? $289,000. Oh yes, it does. $1,411 a month.
How
Okay.
much are you paying for rent right now?
Huh? That
No.
not none of your business. But
I mean, let's break
but
it
let's
down.
but I'm happy. Let me just say it like that. But this is what I'm saying. It's a 5-bedroom
For
house.
what we was paying.
Yeah, it's a heck of a lot less than what I was paying. Here we go. Let's say that. There's 5 of us in here. 1411 divided by 5. Somebody? Anybody?
You got an answer?
No. Good talk.
282.
282. That's $282 between the 5 of us in a nice sized house.
I know a family who did that.
And we all live together.
Who's doing that?
$282 a month. So, if my paycheck is is a certain amount, and yours is, and yours is, and yours and yours is, and the only thing you got to kick out is $282, well, plus appliances, whatever this, that, and third. So we look
But
at
still,
it.
maybe if
$350,
we did the luxuries, even still, yeah, $354.
Still like $350, $400 a month. And that means all the rest of our money can go into what? Business. All of our money can go into business. But we have to be willing to deal with whatever comes with living together. And that's the problem. That's the biggest problem that black people have. It's the idea sounds great. When you first move in, everything's fine until we start to learn each other. You know, because I'm sure, Johnny, you've been here enough times to can't stand certain things that we do. Oh, matter of fact, I'll give you a perfect example. When she opened up the refrigerator, it's like a spoon of food in each pot that she see.
Yes, but that's what
But here's the thing about your idea.
Community.
Your idea sounds wonderful. The community sounds
I'm
wonderful.
born on that.
But how much are we paying?
I mean,
it would be
you
the
split.
same as having one huge house, but everything has been separated. Like everything has been built.
In a sense, because you
But
would
that's so much more money.
you would all have to pay your own mortgages, but it would cut costs because the land would be owned by one. I mean, by the many. So like you would have your own mortgage for your home,
No,
but like
it would still be.
But
not if
that
you're
sounds like
talking
a
about
lot of money.
building multiple structures though.
Still,
Because you pay for each structure.
it sounds like
They,
Right.
they're not gonna.
So if
They're
it's
not gonna ring it up as one structure
right,
unless
if
it was
it's
like
multiple structures.
right.
Now, unless y'all pulled together and built those homes from scratch, then you wouldn't have a mortgage. You would just probably be paying just for
That's
the
what I'm talking
land.
about, building everything from scratch. So
Right.
we buy this land.
So we would have to
we
have
all sit down and figure out
like
how
a
we
contractor,
want our
right?
place to
So
be
that's
built.
different because y'all
That's
all
what
just
I'm
putting the
talking
land, which you know, then
Right,
it's
that's what I'm talking about.
that's less than nothing for what you're getting.
Right.
Exactly.
See, but
But then you have to have enough money pulled together to pull it off.
right, and I still think that I personally think that's still more money. We're talking about the mindset of just getting our money together.
Here's what I think. I think that what you're saying is valid. I think that what you're doing that way grows into what he's doing. So, like, let's say we all live into that. If we built one house, we all live in that one house. Then one family had enough money to build their own money from scratch without having to get a loan. Then they build that house on the same land until everybody has their own house.
And then at the same time, it's like, okay, we all have to look at the bigger picture and where we're trying to get to. We're going to get mad because little JJ knocked over a glass and broke it.
Mm-hmm.
Or we're going to suck
You
that
gotta be
shit
able to
up
suck it up. Thank you.
and
Yep.
keep pushing because we all trying to get somewhere.
And that comes with, you know, people who got kids, people who don't have kids, and their temperaments. Like, I know people don't have kids and they can't handle nothing. I mean,
Like-
just like even with little children bumping, like, you know, like in kids. I guess maybe it's just the way I grew up, but like kids are kids. Like, let children be children. They're gonna make mistakes. They're gonna break things. Let them be kids, please, because when they're not a child anymore, they are not a child. Like, life is gonna hit them hard when they grow up. So let kids be kids. Let them make a mess and have fun. Like, let them enjoy that, because but also teaching responsibilities. I'm not saying that's not important, but let children be children. You know,
So-
my mom used to tell me that all the time. I didn't get it until it was too late.
So if we all lived in the same house, we'd never make it.
No, hell no, no. my
Because
kids.
your mindset is not the same as my mindset. It's not the same as your mindset. It's not the same as yours. Same as
Yeah.
yours. This is where black people fail.
I think we should do a test.
I think.
You talking about? I live here almost every weekend.
Look, there is a.
That's a
look,
big
I'm
ass
not even being
test.
funny.
Huh?
There's a
I live here.
There's a 6-bedroom, 5-bathroom house in Wake Forest
I think we should do a
We
test.
need to
What
rent
y'all
a
think? Y'all
mansion.
think
for
we should test it out?
$445,000,
Next year.
$2,100 a month
We need a mansion.
divided by then I need.
Y'all think we
I
should
need
test
what
it out?
6 works. Y'all want to test this out?
We need thumbs up if we should test this out next year.
I mean, my lease is up in
We will set
December.
cameras up.
But I will say
partially.
this: I know a black family right now who is doing this, and I was actually supposed to move into the home, but I was dating this guy and his family. They was getting this big home, right? And so it was supposed to be me and him, his other 2 brothers and their girlfriends, mom and dad, and the grandfather, and the sister and her boyfriend, and real big, beautiful home. And so they all put in their money, and they made that work. Like I've never seen a family like this, but she raised her children in that way to let them know that y'all grown, but it's okay if we still live together. Like y'all have your own privacy. She respects them. They respect her. They have so much love in the home, and it works. And they did it. They even converted a garage to create a whole nother bedroom. And when I say this house was nice, like this house was nice. And it worked. And when I lived there, because first I thought it was so weird. I'm like, yo, I'm living here with you. Because we was just saying they had a condo at the time. And they had 4 bedrooms. I'm like, yo, your grandfather, like, father lives in the same apartment as us. And I thought it was weird. But it ended up being, like, it was just so much love in that family. It was just so inviting. And I felt right in. And it was just like, oh, I can do this. And, you know, like one person I used to get up in the morning and cook breakfast, or you know, maybe I made dinner that night, or I just made it for us, and we kept the house clean, and everybody went on by their own business. They had their own privacy, and it worked. So I have been in that situation before, and it worked. The only reason why I didn't move into the house when they got a house is because me and him ended up breaking up. But I did end up going over to the house to see the house, and so it's happening with Black people. But again, they were raised that way. They knew what it was like to not have. And she knew what it was like to not have. And she didn't want her sons, as young Black men, to go through that. She wanted them to be able to continue to go to college, continue to live their lives, and not have to struggle trying to all get their own apartments. And they were a big family. She was like, why not just live together? And they did it. And when I tell y'all, it was so... But the amount of understanding that family had was beautiful. I mean... Even to this day, I can call that woman and ask her for advice or whatever. Like, she was just such a beautiful person with such a big heart. She would take anybody in. And so they would, you know, they were groomed to be able to handle that situation.
Right.
Versus my family was not. You know what I'm saying? We either wait for that one person to go off and make it big so we can go crash on their couch and mooch off of them. That's been my experience. No offense, but that's just been my experience, and I'm the oldest of 5. So it's like, okay, I can't support all y'all. Like, I'm going to do the best that I can because I'm the oldest, but I can't support all y'all. But when you have that mentality and nobody's grooming them, because I was the oldest, so they make sure that you install it in the oldest, but the rest of them you kind of slack off. They were not groomed in that way, so they would never come into the home with a, you know, like a helpful mentality. Sometimes. Yeah, it may be my kids who got Legos all over the floor. You know what I'm saying? But, like, it's okay if you pick them up. I'm not telling you got to. It's okay. It may be your kid. It's okay if I pick it up because it's a community. But everybody does not have that mindset.
Right. That's like in situations like that, like we're basically talking about, we have to be able to, we got to be able to uplift, basically be able to look out for each other. So
Sacrifice.
Yeah, sacrifice, be able to look out, all that. Until we are able to get into that mindset,
You can't do it.
we won't be able to do it.
And imagine the food stamps that we would get.
Yeah, I'm not doing this. She's
was doing so well. Oh.
Poverty mindset.
That's not poverty. That's not a poverty mindset.
That is a poverty mindset.
No, it's not.
How much food stamps can I get?
I'm just saying,
But
it's not a poverty mindset. You don't know how many
foreigners
white people
Yeah.
are on
Yeah.
food stamps and come there and get help with child care, and they say they coins and get them degrees and do what they gotta do.
I'm
It's
telling you
really
right now,
not. It's just we look at it as a poverty mindset because we know so many people who are shitting the
you know what I'll do
system.
for a food stamp right now?
And not right. I mean, we work hard,
See you
and
on the 5th.
groceries is the biggest bill.
To kind of reel this back. So
How I
Best-
don't think we answer that question.
no, y'all went to like Texas. To kind of reel this back, the first way to start recycling is actually we have to start putting money in the black bank, and I do know for a fact that mechanics and farmers is an all black bank. I do understand that their fees are higher,
But
or
She ready. That's what
yeah,
Go ahead.
I have not heard great things about that bank, nor the other one that everybody's talking about, United One, which is the online one. Have not heard great things
that,
about
that
it.
one pop up in my
Bad-
list. Like I know about
Is
mechanics
it-
and farmers.
Bad
is it
customer
merchants and
service.
farmers or mechanics and farmers?
Mechanics.
It's imminent. It's mechanics and farmers.
It's
I
Yeah.
didn't even
Yeah.
know
There's
this
one
was-
down on
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
Right.
one
Yeah.
United did pop up. The largest black
And
owned bank in the U.S.
They
okay.
people talk about that same thing you were saying about mechanics and farmers. A lot of fees, bad customer service. So that goes right back to our last conversation
Yeah.
about we gotta do better. Now me, banks is hard, but
Yeah, banks are hard. Period.
but I'm a firm believer in putting your money online. Stop giving your money to brick and mortar banks because they taking it from you to give to other people, and they getting mad interest off of it. And you get 0.1%. So I think that we can create an online banking system that gives everybody back at the minimum 2% on every single checking account, and more than that on the savings accounts. We'll be all right.
So
until we do that, we getting robbed. I don't care who bank you with. You getting robbed.
So is it black businesses or black people that need to get it together?
It's black people.
Yeah.
Black people.
If they running the black business,
Right.
We have to also find, like I said, I have to dig back into that Killer Mike episode to give you the specifics.
I'm going to watch it.
But about the products, like there are black folks that make soap and laundry detergent.
Yes.
And you told me about the new cell phone lady, but there's one in the Killer Mike episode where there's a black guy who has his own, like created his own cell phone. So like we have these things, but it's like a drop in the bucket when you go to look for it. Like you searching for this needle and like this crazy haystack to pull it out. But I really think if we get to a point of I want to buy from you, you're gonna buy from them, it's still gonna come back to me. It's gonna go that way. If we can get it built, get it going again and stop being so afraid. Like I said, I'm not saying you can't go to Food Lion.
Right.
I'm just saying, come to Craig's and JJ's. They got some good stuff too.
Yeah, it's a lot of good.
You know, it's gonna be called Craig's and JJ's. At least I ain't say a little leak in there.
It's a lot of good. Like I said, you just gotta find goods and services you need, and find things like hair care, for example.
Your girl.
My friend,
her stuff is the bomb, apparently.
Yeah, Celeste.
Celeste.
So dope. Like she got the hair care for days, like to the point where she's selling out of stuff because she's very established. She runs her business very well and gives you quality handmade hair products. When you want them, when you need them. So instead of going to Ling Ling and them shop to get hair products that are already being manufactured by others.
Ling Ling doing hair too.
Well, no.
The beauty store.
The beauty store.
Instead of going to the beauty supply store, where she's getting her stuff that's already been manufactured from others, why not get it directly from someone black? That's a good in service you need. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with going to Food Line because some stuff you just can't be bought.
I need those shop awards.
Right. If I need what? Name something here.
Like I said, the guy that I found that had the black trash bags. I mean, he owns a trash bag company. The black guy.
Why not get that?
But see, that's a part of my business model too, to create a platform where I can have some type of retail or commercial business with all black owned products, locally owned black products. And that is my main focus, on getting them all together in one spot. And I'm trying not to call it a beauty supply store because I want it to be grander than that. But imagine being able to walk into a store like Walmart, but everything in there is owned by a black person. That's the easiest way to recycle the dollar because it's all in one location. You don't have to hunt this one down and hunt this one down. It's in one location. That is on the grander scale of what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do.
And instead of going to places like Lush, I could just go to Jeanette.
Exactly.
Get
them bad bombs. And I didn't even tell you about the bad bombs, what it did for my skin. That eczema was gone.
See? But that's what I'm saying. Like these are simple goods and services. I know black people make soap.
Yeah, literally I know now. I'm building up a list, and I have on my Instagram now. I have a section on my highlights that says "Buy Black." So every time I find a new black-owned company, like I got the lady who just started a telephone company called Tele6 Wireless. She got cell phones and a cell phone service, and then the guy who started the trash bag company is a black man. And I'm going to be adding it up there. I think I got somebody who sell lashes, somebody who sell hair, and I'm going to continue to add it up there until I can have some type of I'm gonna start with the list, and I'm gonna get to the point where it'd be like literally like a website where you can go to, and they have a website you can go to if you want to find a black-owned business, but they have it for just like women, like for businesses that are owned by black women. But if you want to find like an online marketplace where it's just straight black-owned businesses, and I need to stop talking so much because I forget that we live. And like I hear, no, because like I hear my mentor in the back of my head like, "Girl, shut up, girl. Shut up, girl, shut up." People will take your stuff and run with it.
Mm-hmm.
But on the grander scale, I think that when we have that, it'll be a whole lot more feasible, a whole lot more easier to recycle the funds without even thinking about it, without even putting in all the hard work. Because Lord knows, oh my gosh, sometimes it's you want to buy black, but you be like, child, like can't get a hold of them. You know, waiting list is long, and you know, but again, that it can be fixed. It can be fixed. We can do it, but we have to set an example too. We have to show them how it works.
That's what I was literally getting ready to propose. You know, here live or whatever you want to say it, like. Like we.
Do you have somewhere you need to be, sir?
He just got back from.
I'm not. I'm talking about this snoring that he doing. I know how to wake him up. Oh, okay. All right.
Is that your middle finger?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Oh, it's like a pointy finger.
A pointy finger.
Yeah, your middle finger don't look like a middle finger.
It's only a little bit. It's just like a tiny bit bigger than his.
Oh, it just look like a finger.
A finger look like a finger. What a concept.
What a concept.
I'm sorry. What was you saying?
To just
Example.
Oh really? Yeah, just to basically get it in there, and we need to start it. Like we pick something and we buy it and we review it, and like seriously.
You do it.
Yeah, I do. I buy from different women who have black-owned businesses, and they buy from me. I'm not trying to, but and they buy from me, and we recycle. I mean, that's just how it works. They got things I need, and I got things they need, and we.
But it's like
a cycle.
I tell like a lot of people, especially when I find out like they're black-owned and they're somewhere, that I will talk about you through my social media, on my streams, on whatever, because I can't buy from you if I don't know who you are. Word of mouth is a powerful thing. It's a gift and a curse. Because this first time I'm going to buy from you and it's good, and for whatever reason, the second time something's wrong, I done dogged you in 2.3 seconds.
It's still good. Publicity is publicity.
Yes, as long as they say when they stop talking is when you worry.
Except this new cancel culture. Ugh. Gosh.
Yes, you are canceled.
Oh, cancel culture.
Mm-hmm.
But another problem as to why you can't find them, because we don't know how to, and it's not our fault, we don't know how to market.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how to market and promote.
Nobody has taught us marketing skills. They don't teach you that in school. They don't teach you how to find a niche. They don't teach you how to find your market, how to connect to that market. And so now we got a few black people that done learn, but you got to pay for that. You got to pay for that. Like they making thousands, hundreds of $1,000s off in the marketing game, but like we don't know how to market, and so we have, I have done countless research. It's crazy just the power of just the words that you use, or even where you place the words, it makes a difference in the engagement that you get. And so we have to be willing to do the research and find the tools, because they're out there, but we don't know either. We don't know how to use them. Some people are not very computer savvy. Some people don't read social media, and then that's the biggest thing. We don't like to read.
I don't. But
It's
gonna put on the
like,
audio.
how you learn? I'm like, yeah, I read this and that article, and I this and that, and I've looked at, you gotta look at data. You got to learn how to read
Put
data.
it in writing, you get it past a whole bunch of us.
And they don't want to read it. They want you to tell. I want you to tell me how to do it all, and sit down and show me how to do it all.
Mm-hmm.
You do it.
At that
come
point,
back and tell
baby,
me
you
how
got
to
to
do it.
pay me. You know what I'm saying? But we got to learn how to market. They don't know, and they just don't know. They trying to do their best, but they don't know.
So is that like our final takeaway?
Mm-hmm.
Child, we
Yeah,
have a
'cause
whole
I'm
bunch of
about to
final
take away.
takeaways.
Go watch Power.
Why you looking at me? I wasn't even gonna say nothing.
The takeaway is go watch Power.
Whoa. Okay.
Spoiler alert! Let me stop.
I'm in a lot of fire over here. Hold on.
You said what?
So I was in
So-
a lot of fire.
That's what we're gonna go with. I really do challenge that we do a research and we find it.
What
And
the
we-
heck?
Think about
I can only get so small tomorrow.
What did you say about that song?
Because I keep messing with him about that intro. Anyway,
I liked it.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I didn't like 50 Cent part, but just what is?
Stop playing that thing heavy.
It is heavy.
Right? I don't think you realized how heavy it was.
That's the chips. That thing heavy. Don't do
That's why
that.
the dang go.
Yeah, they heavy. It's
Yeah,
heavy.
Mar, yeah,
See, living in the house with us. Exactly.
exactly.
I didn't even, and like now I was just like,
Yep.
it's a Mar.
That took practice.
Yeah, a lot. I'm still working on it. Jesus.
Not Jesus.
Anyway, shot name. I'm sorry.
Y'all are funny. Yes. I'm gonna say goodnight. By the next time I stream by myself, I have these businesses to
You
start
like that
down.
promote? You don't like that?
See,
I understand.
we-
I
She'll be back.
understand.
What you said, them ninjas is crazy.
I understand.
I will have a product to soda review. I am gonna hunt down and find these items, and we gotta start somewhere.
We really do.
The best form. this seems to be a running theme in all my things. It's support.
Yeah.
Right back to lesson 1.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if I can find it and I can grab it and I can put it out there. I mean, maybe they see me talking about it, maybe they won't. But at least you all will know something about it and just try to do for yourselves or for each other, so we can build a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Get this puppy rolling.
Let's go see what we can find, y'all.
So with that being said, you gonna sign off and get your social medias and all that fun stuff. Yeah, everybody up here has something.
You just said it.
Oh, you want me to?
I'm starting with her. We was just gonna go. We was gonna
Okay,
go.
I go then. So,
Name like 10,000.
can you hush? So Twitter at VJ Morris. Of course, Twitch is Chocolate Storm 930. Instagram is VJ Morris or the Beat Claw. And I ain't even gonna do the rest of them. Those are the most important ones.
I have to look.
I got YouTube
Like,
pictures,
listen,
LinkedIn, Linktree, website.
She was gonna hit y'all with everything.
That's what I said. I meant that.
I got Twitter.com/uncon@sphere, Instagram @unconsciousatmosphere, Twitch.tv/unconsciousatmosphere. Yeah, that's it. Those are the important ones.
Twitch, Twitter, Lo-Fi Otaku 50.
Could you say that in English?
Wait, let me say that.
That's
for
it.
him again. Lo-Fi_Otaku_5_.
Oh, yeah.
You know how hard it is to find.
Again, for those in the back, Lo-Fi, LOFI_Otaku. OTAKU.
Spell it.
_5_0.
Hey, Mike Jones.
That was a lot. So you said low.
What you said? It's called an L.
They give up at the otaku part. That's what
Right,
you
they
get.
said.
Was there a taco in there?
Everybody can research some tacos.
How you spell OTACO?
Oh, taco. That's what he said. my friends. He not popping up.
Your information, please.
Yo, it's Mr. Talk of the Town. Okay, no, for But we just gonna do Instagram, one of the greats __.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Underscores.
I know.
I know, me either, but I changed my first Instagram and somebody took my name, so I can't.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
that sucks.
Yeah, that does. Just like when my baby tried
Thief.
to change his name on
Yeah,
PlayStation.
it ain't work for me.
Everybody go spam the first one of the greats.
So,
Oh, yours is written across the top, so you ain't even got to tell me.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
straight
okay.
across the board on here.
Up there.
Everything's exactly the same.
I'm gonna point up.
Jeanne Martin straight across. That is YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. What am I missing?
Let me see if I can do it. So we got Discord, Facebook, what's that? Instagram,
Twitch,
Twitch, Twitter, YouTube.
And
Let's see if that came out right.
my Discord is us over here, Team SBF. You hit that too. Get some information from up out of there, and we will be back soon.
Yes, we will.
Eventually. Everybody's good. Everybody said bye.
Yeah.
Well then, as always, yata.
Peace.